Insider drops bombshell report on Bengals' future involving their superstar on defense. Welcome back to the Bengals Digest channel. I'm Carson Lokey. Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. Before I jump into this report, don't forget to subscribe to the Bengals Digest channel. We're on the road to 1,500. I know we can get there in no time. Thank you guys once again for all the love you have shown this channel. It means the world to me, and it means more, and I appreciate it more than you will ever know. But let's jump right into this report. This is involving Trey Hendrickson. He has been the cornerstone of the Bengals defense and the Bengals organization for the last several years. And this is coming from the Athletic senior NFL insider. Some people saw the Bengals drafting of Shemar Stewart as signaling the end of the Trey Hendrickson era in Cincinnati. And in my opinion, I thought that even rumor was absolutely stupid to begin with. But she continues, but sources I talked to around the NFL paint a much different picture. Here's what I'm hearing. Good vibes. That is what NFL insider is hearing around the league about Trey Hendrickson and the Cincinnati Bengals having good vibes between the two. Obviously, there has not been an extension yet, but I am expecting it. I think the notion of the fact that we drafted Shemar Stewart is signaling the end of Trey Hendrickson. I thought that was ridiculous. Sam Hubbard retired. We needed to replace Sam Hubbard anyways. So obviously we were going to go after an edge rusher to help Trey Hendrickson on the other side. Now that argument would have had more merit if we went first and second round back-to-back edge rushers. Then I might say, okay, fine, that might be the signaling of Trey Hendrickson being done in Cincinnati. But the fact that we only got one edge rusher to replace Sam Hubbard, not replace Trey Hendrickson, replace Sam Hubbard, I think make perfect sense. Once again, you guys know Trey Hendrickson, but I'm going to go over his stats and how important he was to the Cincinnati Bengals defense last season. 46 total tackles, 33 solo, 17.5 sacks, led the league. 2 forced fumbles, 6 passes deflected. PFF grades overall 88.1, 8th among all edge rushers. Pass rush grade 90.4, 5th among all edge rushers. In run defense, which he could improve, 65.9, 67th among edge rushers. You hear that? And Trey Hendrickson is not even in the top 5 paid edge rushers in the league. He is one of the top edge rushers in the league, and he should be paid like it. And that's what he wants. He wants a long-term deal where him and his family can stay in Cincinnati or wherever for the foreseeable future. He doesn't want to have to keep bouncing from team to team to team. He wants a contract that is going to keep him here for the long term. In Cincinnati, obviously, with the signing and extending of Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, they were occupied. And then they were occupied with the draft. Now I think it should be hands-on, fully hands-on with Trey Hendrickson. I think he should be the only player in the front office is concerned about right now should be Trey Hendrickson. His contract for next season, he's making around, I think it's 16 to 18 million a year next season. That is not nearly enough for what Trey Hendrickson means to this organization. And why I think they've waited this long is they wanted to see what they could do in the draft. Al Golden, obviously a linebacker-minded guy, being the former Cincinnati Bengals linebacker coach before he went to Notre Dame. He drafted Jermaine Pratt and Logan Wilson. He turned Jermaine Pratt and Logan Wilson into what they are today. But Jermaine Pratt wants to leave. And I think Al Golden is completely fine with that, especially with how they operated in the draft, going with Jameis Knight Jr. in the second round and then finishing off with the fourth round with Barrett Carter. I think they have completely overturned the linebacker room, and I think that means that they're comfortable now just releasing Jermaine Pratt. If he doesn't want to be on the Bengals anymore, don't make him be on the Bengals anymore. If they release him, and I think that's what's likely going to happen, that frees up $5 million, almost $6 million in cap space. Our cap space right now is already at around 25. It's like 24.786, around there. 25 cap space right now. We free up 5, almost 6 with Jermaine Pratt. That goes to 30. If Trey Hendrickson making next season 16, if you just add $10 million to that deal for the next few years, you still have $15 million in cap space, which leaves you in the perfect position for next season when they probably add another $10 million to the cap space to go sign more free agents, extend your guys that you've been drafting the last 3-4 years ago, extend them. Cincinnati's in the perfect position. The offense is done. We don't have to mess with the offense. If this new version of the offensive line works out, the offense for the Cincinnati Bengals is one of, if not the best in the entire league. and doesn't need to be touched as long as Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Mike Gesicki, and all of them are playing at their top of the game every single year. Now, if this defense, with Al Golden and the pieces we have implemented it into in the draft and free agency, even if some people think it wasn't a lot or enough, if this works out, then you have next season again with, let's say, like $35 million or whatever it might be, $25 million again, to go sign for some more guys in free agency. I think at this point, we really just need depth. If everything turns out the way they are hoping it to, and I'm not saying that's going to happen, but if everything turns out the way they're hoping to on the defense, then Cincinnati is in literally the perfect spot in the cap space. Release Jermaine Pratt. You have $30 million in cap space. Give him 10 of that. Then you have not even 15. I did wrong math a few minutes ago. If you give him 10 of that, make him make $26 million a year, you still have $20 million of cap space. And then next season, if they had $10 million, you would have 30 again. Cincinnati is in prime position. They have enough money to sign Trey Hendrickson. I expect it to be done before OTAs. I expect him to be extended. If they can just figure out, obviously there's so many things that go into a contract, considering the guaranteed, how many years, the negotiations within it, the bonuses, all that good stuff. If he gets a certain amount of sacks, if he gets a bonus, or all that good stuff. But Trey Hendrickson wants to be in Cincinnati. It's very clear. During this whole process of the negotiation, he has been saying he wants to stay in Cincinnati. BJ Hill has been saying he wants to stay in Cincinnati. He's going around to children's hospitals in Cincinnati with his Cincinnati jersey on. He wants to stay in Cincinnati. And Cincinnati wants to keep him in Cincinnati. So I expect the Bengals to extend Trey Hendrickson. They have more than enough money to do so, especially with the releasing of Jermaine Pratt, which has not happened yet, but I'm expecting it very soon, which frees up, once again, $5 million, and then you have more than enough to give Trey Hendrickson, and more than enough for next season to sign all the guys we've been drafting the last few years. And then, if you extend Trey Hendrickson, I'm extremely ecstatic about this defensive line, especially the starters. You would have Trey Hendrickson, T.J. Slayton, B.J. Hill, and then Shamar Stewart on the other end. I think that's absolutely insane, and some people were saying Shamar Stewart's a reach. He wasn't going to be in there in the second round, so you got to give him in the first round for where we were picking. And people are worried about the sack total in his college career. Micah Parsons, coming out of college, only had 6.5 sacks. Shamar Stewart had 4.5 sacks. Micah Parsons is now one of the best edge rushers in the league. Not saying that's what Shamar Stewart is going to be, but he has the potential and the talent to do so. And every play, he was in the backfield. Shamar Stewart is going to be in the backfield, putting pressure on the quarterback every single play. And you know who is one of the best finishers in the league? Trey Hendrickson, who would be opposite side of him. Shamar Stewart is going to get after the quarterback, going to force him to scramble away from Shamar Stewart. And guess what? Trey Hendrickson will be on the other side, one of the best finishers in the league, to finish that and get that sack. I don't care who gets the sacks as long as we're getting sacks. Trey Hendrickson could have 30 and Shamar Stewart could have 2. I don't care as long as we're sacking the quarterback. And then maybe even Al Golden can help Shamar Stewart to close. You know, that's literally their job. If that's the only downside to Shamar Stewart, is that his ability to close is not there. But he's in the backfield every single play, causing chaos, making the quarterback run and scramble, making the quarterback throw the ball away, making the quarterback have less time to make a decision. And that also helps the secondary, like I talked about last video, helps the secondary have less time with the wide receiver to do different routes, to do different route trees, all that good stuff. But expect Trey Hendrickson to be extended. Good vibes, once again, coming from the negotiation talks with Trey Hendrickson and the Cincinnati Bengals, reported by an NFL insider. But thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the Bengals Digest channel. We're on the road to 1,500. Comment down below how excited you are about Trey Hendrickson most likely being extended by the Cincinnati Bengals. Can't guarantee anything just yet, but let me know what you think they should do with the defensive line, and let me know how excited you are to watch this new defensive line with some new players implemented into that, and how you feel that Al Golden is going to do with the defensive line. But thank you so much for watching this video. For the Bengals Digest channel, I'm Carson Lokey. Have an amazing one, and God bless.